something?
Yes, please ask.
Do we still have tribal communities?
Yes, we do, in certain places all over the world.
Oh, that's great.
What happened after this time period in various parts of the world?
Civilization started settling down. Kings and queens came into existence. Math, science, and technology became widespread.
Oh, quite informative. Do you know anything about pyramids?
Pyramids? Pyramids? I don't know. Let's ask our friend. Hey, do you know anything about pyramids?
Yes, the ancient Egypt has thousands of years of recorded history, and they are also well organized and have a very good understanding about technology, science, and mathematics, which enabled them to build what became known as one of the ancient wonders of the world. Can you guess what it is?
Pyramids?
Yes, you are right. It's the Great Pyramid. The ancient Egypt was one of the earliest civilizations. So, let's watch a skit based on it.
Sure, that sounds great.
Silence, please. Concentrate. All the best.
Egypt. Egyptian culture has been called the gift of the Nile. Without the Nile River, Egypt might never have existed. Most of Egypt was dry and barren desert. Along the Nile, though, the land was different. Yearly floods brought fertile soil to the river valley. When the floods ended, farmers began planting. The Nile also provided natural sources. Egyptians used its mud to make pottery and bricks. The Nile brought other gifts too. One gift was transportation. Boats carried goods and people from one part of Egypt to another. Transportation made trade profitable. Traders came overseas to Egypt for trade. When we talk about ancient Egypt, the first thing that strikes to our mind is the pyramid. The Egyptians believed the king was to be the supreme ruler, chosen by the gods to lead his people. He was a religious figure. Their attitude towards death was influenced by their belief in immortality. The pyramids, in fact, had a purpose, not only for the king, but also for the ancient Egyptians. To construct such great monuments required a mastery of architecture, social organization, and art that few cultures of that period could achieve. A strong belief in the afterlife forced the king to hire an architect. The architect was assigned to construct and design the pyramid. Many of the wealthiest and most powerful men in Egypt were priests. So the king wanted the priest Motep to take charge along with the Kori in building the great pyramid for him.
I do not know what the king is going to say when he gets here. Today was supposed to be the final day for building the pyramid, as per the king's instructions. The job is not done.
I know, Your Highness.
I can't believe it. The completion date was almost a year ago now. And you're telling me this? Still not finished? It's unbelievable.
I know, Your Highness. But we have done our very best to complete this grand design. We have prayed to every god in heaven for help with this great task. Believe me, Your Highness, I had the slaves on their knees morning, noon, and night.
Maybe if they had spent their time on knees and more time humping stones around, might have had better luck.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. What's your excuse this time? Another broken ram or the wrong stones delivered again?
No, Your Highness. We are still waiting for some final block. But that's not the main problem. It's the slaves. Actually, they're not well.
Not well?
It's been terrible. They are sweating, coughing, and tired.
Okay, I get the picture. So what am I to tell the king when he arrives?
I'm afraid, Your Highness. All I'm hoping that we complete the building before the king arrives.
Mind you, the way things are going, who knows how far ahead that may be.
The will of the king. I have failed in my task. I beg you, Your Highness, I plead my case for. When the king arrives today, please tell him I tried my best to complete the pyramid.
Try to finish it on time. Honestly, the way king says, it is going to be one of the wonders of the world.
Hey, come here. Has the new load come?
Yes, yes. The bricks and other materials have just come now. We are unloading it.
Yes, go ahead.
Sounds like everyone has started to arrive. I have to say, this is going to be a bit of disappointment this time. The king wouldn't be pleased, Akori.
He will not be pleased? Make a way for the majesty.
And so, Motep, what's the news of my great pyramid?
I'm afraid, Your Majesty. Your great pyramid is far from complete.
Far from complete? How can that be?
I know, Your Majesty, but apparently they have problems with the building of your grand design.
Majesty?
I don't want any stories. I just want to know why my pyramid is not ready.
No, Majesty, not a story.
Akori, stop babbling and get back to work.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Motep, stay here and take charge. If my grand design is not complete, you shall answer for it.
Yes, Your Majesty. Akori, show me the architect's drawing.
I don't want any more excuses. You understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, look out!
What's happening? Majesty, are you hurt?
I'm afraid.
It was a stone, Your Highness. A great stone fell from layers above, and it could have crushed the king.
But how could that happen? Give me the responsible man. Let him be punished.
Motep, tell me, who was the one who has saved my life today?
She is Baki, one of the slaves, Your Majesty.
A slave? She has saved my life. I declare you a free woman. You no longer be a slave.
Wow, what a surprise! I can't imagine where my future lies. It's a quite big decision when you choose a new way to live. Unbelievable. I'm looking towards the future.
Baki, the king has commanded me to fulfill your wish as you have saved his life.
Well, thank you. Am I really set free and no more a slave?
Yes, of course. What would you wish to do?
I don't know. I've always been a slave. Of course, I too had my dreams, but
the land of Egypt is famous for its farming. Look at the river Nile. Most of the land here are farmed only because of it.
farming? That sounds possibility. It might suit me. After all, I'm used to the outdoor life. I don't mind hard work.
But remember, it is a bit seasonal.
Do I have another option?
Fishing?
Isn't that a quite dangerous job?
It could be.
Is there anything else?
Yes, the last option is pottery.
I'm confused, unable to decide, Your Highness.
You know, Egypt, the land is famous for its farming, fishing, pottery, monuments, and lot more. You can see traders from different countries exploring the land and enjoying its rich culture. Since you are not able to decide, let's get back to the palace and ask for suggestion. Your Highness, this is Baki.
Aren't you that slave who saved my husband's life the other day?
Of course, it's me, Your Majesty.
I wish there were more and more people like you in Egypt.
Now, you are no more a slave. So what have you decided about your future?
I'm confused, Your Highness.
You're confused? Here we have Miss Marriott, the educator of our land. She'll be here to solve all our problems.
Yes, of course. Every person is unique. But no matter how far, just reach for your star. Ambition is not a bad thing. There's always a point on the pyramid, though it be far away. If you go for the point of the pyramid, maybe you'll make it one day.
Yes, I have decided now. I think getting educated will be the best way to make the dreams come true.
Of course, Your Majesty. It's my pleasure to have a place in my class. But I have a small suggestion, Your Highness.
Yes, go ahead. I will be pleased to listen to your suggestion.
Your Highness, education can change the fate of the people. I'm reminded of a great saying. Give food for those who are hungry, and after a while, they'll be hungry again. Give clothes to the poor. After a while, they will again be in need. Give money to the needy, and when they have spent it, they will be in want for more. But, Your Highness, when knowledge is given, we make them independent, self-motivated, and they become equally competent enough in this fast-changing world.
Your wish is granted.
Akhori,
Yes, Your Majesty.
I can see that the pyramid is in the last stage of completion.
Yes, Your Majesty. This is all because of the excellent skill and ideas given by Baki.
Oh, is it? Did she?
Baki, please come here.
Yes, Your Majesty.
I appreciate you for coming back and making the king's dream come true. Hope the moment has come, which we have all been waiting for.
Yes, Your Majesty. The final moment is here. Just one final touch, and the pyramid will be completed.
That's the story of the past. The end is here at last. The king's dream has come true. When we would try to reach for the sky, we realize the sky is not the limit. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. There's always a point on the pyramid, though it be far away. The charm of the days has come back. Come, let's celebrate.
adventure, early man's life with nature, discovery of fire, man developing splendid civilization. I am speechless. So much has happened in olden days. What a steady growth and development, Mama.
My dear, what you have seen is just a humble beginning in our journey to completion. We have had a period of able kings and vast kingdoms, an age of courtesans, of trade and commerce, of elegant dance and soulful music, an age of travel accounts and biographies.
Oh, yeah! Kings and palaces, dancers and courtesans, architecture and geometry, calligraphy and patterns, thinkers and jesters, fables and stories. I wish those kings and queens come before us now.
During medieval period, Asia became the torch bearers of learning. Asia saw many eminent kings and kingdoms.
Asia assimilated and preserved scientific knowledge, works of antiquity, geometry, and symmetries in many art forms. Back home in India, we witnessed the splendid rule of Delhi Sultanate, heroism of Prithviraj Chauhan, Rana Pratap, Balaji Bajirao, and others. But royalty of Akbar still remained fresh and dominant in everyone's mind. Here we unfold the royal medieval India through a fashion show.
The Rajput legend, Prithviraj Chauhan, who ruled the kingdom of Ajmer and Delhi during the later half of the 12th century. Eloquent, bold, endowed with sharp intellect. Rajaraja Chola, hero from South Indian Kingdom, remembered in the pages of history for his glorious naval expeditions. Valorous, determined, quick and dexterous, Krishnadevaraya, master of Vijayanagara Kingdom. Maharana Pratap, son of Mewar, famous for his resistance against mighty Mughals. Indian warrior king, elevated as the proto-nationalist, brain behind the genesis of lofty Maratha Empire, Shivaji Maharaj. From the sons of medieval India to the cultural richness of medieval India. India has been land of music, art and culture, soulful and devotional, touching the depth of our mind and soul. Sufi court was full of many scholars and talented artists. Here we have the 9 most learned men in the court of Akbar, the Navaratnas, the 9 jewels, ranging from Abul Faisal, Abul Faisi, Mian Hansen, Raja Birbal, Raja Toden Mall, Raja Mansingh, Abdul Rahim Khan I Khan, Fakir Aziauddin. Mirza Aziz Koka. The 9 jewels of Akbar's code, the Navaratnas. Depicting mythological stories from the scriptures through facial expressions, hand gestures. The dance for which flourished under Mughals. true king stands for the welfare of his subjects. People makes a king. All actions of the true king are divine. People bring more meaning to a king. Sense of belongingness among the people towards a king makes kingship more meaningful. This life creates paternal love for his subjects in the heart of the king and increases his trust in God. King's own people. Liberal and tolerant Akbar, who became a king at the tender age of 13. He was illiterate and could not sign even his name, and yet he was a learned man. He loved books of poetry, art, history, religion, and culture read to him. He urged his nobles and courtiers to patronize arts and crafts. He was wise and was impartial to his subjects, irrespective of faith, religious practices, and creeds. Seated on the throne, a god amongst men, thou, the emperor of Delhi. Blessed was the hour, the minute, the second,